Hello and welcome to the video tour of the 2020 Mitsubishi Cross LS at Pacific Toyota Cairns. Before we enter the tour of the car, we'll just have a quick look around the yard. So this is one of two yards. This one's located at 235 Mulgrave Road and the other yard's at 77 Mulgrave Road. Just over there we have our showroom, and then just having a quick look around. Just across the road there we got our new cars, Toyota and Lexus. And just behind that we have our parts and accessories and services. So getting into the tour of the car now, we'll start at the front. So having a look at that front windscreen, just making sure there's no scratches or cracks in that front windscreen. Then we're just going to go over the hood. Going to point out any stone chips or scratches I can see. A bit bright, but you can see there's a couple stone chips that have been brush touched on the hood just there. Stone chips on this side too. Just really want to point out everything to you so you know exactly what you're getting. You don't want any surprises. And then you got some scratches on the hood just there too. We will give this car another detail and buff before it gets sold and before it gets delivered to you, but still just want to point out anything I can see. Driver's side now, making sure there's no dents or dings in this side. Everything's looking nice and straight. And then we'll just have a look at that front rim on the driver's side, make sure there's no scratches on that rim, no curb rash on there. And then we'll have a look at that tyre too, just make sure you got plenty of tread on that tyre still. Come around the front now, have a look at that front bumper. Checking for any damages in the paint there. A few little scuff marks just there. Now having a look at this passenger side, making sure there's no dents or dings on this side. You do have one little dent just in the front here. And also that one's already been brush touched as well. And then a few little scratches just there on that side too. Again, we will give this car another buff, but just want to point out everything I can see. Don't want any surprises. Having a look at that rim too on the passenger side, making sure there's no scratches on that rim, which is good. And then have a look at that tyre, making sure we still got plenty of tread on that tyre too. As we come around to the passenger side, we'll just have a look over this side. Just going over the paint. You got a couple of scratches just in the back there. Overall car's in great condition, but still want to point out everything. Little mark there as well. A couple marks on the end of that door just there. Some of these marks haven't been brush touched yet, so we will give some of them a brush touch, but it isn't going to be perfect. It is a pre-owned car. And then another thing I like to do in these videos is just show the inside of these door handles. Often you get scratches from people opening up the doors just from their fingernails. So just really want to show you inside there as well. Most common spot I see scratches, so I show it in every video. Have a look at that back wheel now on the passenger side, checking for any scratches on that rim. We'll have a look at the tyre for you as well. Bit of a mark just here, didn't point that one out earlier, so I'll just point that one out now. We'll give that a buff and a brush touch as well. Have a look in the front now. Make sure that dash is in good condition, no cracks or stickiness in there. I'm going to have a look at the inside of that door too, make sure there's no scratches or marks on there. Have a look at the front seats now. Again, no scratches on these front seats. And then have a look at this carpet as well. Have a look at the inside of that back door now, and the back of those driver's seats too. as well as these back seats in here. A little bit of a mark in there, but we can give this car a wet vac too before it goes out. And then just pull down that center armrest, make sure there's no hidden marks in there. Have a look at that carpet too, making sure there's no marks down on that carpet. Come around the back now for you, a couple minor scratches just there. As I said, I'm going to point out every mark I can see. Really don't want to hide anything from you. Have a look at that back windscreen now, just again checking for any scratches or cracks in that back windscreen. Coming down now, have a look over that paint on the back. A few marks on the bumper there, just from loading and unloading that bumper, but other than that, no marks on this back of the car. Got your rear parking sensors down here, and you got a reverse camera just there too. We'll open up to give you a better look at those marks on the bumper too. They look like they've already been brush touched as well. Have a look in the back here. Carpet in the back's in great condition. And we'll just lift that up for you too. You got your spare wheel there. Still got plenty of tread on that spare too. Come back around to the driver's side now. Start off with that last wheel. Just again checking over the rim. No scratches on that rim, which is great to see. And then have a look at the tyre too. We've got to make sure we still got plenty of tread on that tyre as well. Have a look on the paint now. A few little scratches and scuffs just there on the back. Try and cover that sun a bit so you can see them a bit clearer. And then again, have a look inside those door handles, being the most common place for scratches. And the back end driver's door too. So just try to get that in focus for you. Have a look at the roof before we hop in. Make sure there's no hidden dents or dings up there either. We'll hop in now and start up the car. So we have one key with this car. Occasionally we get a second key delivered at a later date, but we do not have that as of yet, so it's advertised as a single key car. Just want to be completely candid with that. So it's push button start on the left here. We'll just have a look at that dash cluster there. Got your kilometers popping up and no warning lights popping up, which is good. Go over all the controls and condition of the car. So at the right here, you got your side mirror controls. With side mirrors that can be brought in and out if you wish to get into in and out of those tight spaces. Being a high line, being top of the line car, we've got our automatic windows on every door there. And then you got your parking sensors, headlight adjustment, traction control, lane assist, and your sensors there on the right as well. Have a look at that dash cluster, you got your Ks up there. We can scroll through those settings for you too. Have a look at the steering wheel now. Got your audio controls on your left and your cruise control on the right. You've also got paddle gears too, if you wish. There's an automatic car, but you can drive it in manual. So there's your settings for scrolling through the heads-up display just there. See all the info on the car just there. Coming over to the left now, we got our touchscreen display just there. Make sure that's all working for you.
So that's an important topic here.
Audio is working well, which is good. Coming down now, you've got your AC controls. Nice cool air coming out of there. Then just below that, you've got two USB outlets, 12 volt power outlet just there, and your eco mode too. Coming down now, you've got your little touchscreen display controls just down here. You can scroll through them if you wish, or you can just use the touchscreen, up to you. Then you've got your electronic handbrake too. Just have a look at that center console, nice and tidy through there as well. Lastly, we'll have a look at this service history for you. So you got a full service history here. So you've had one at 15,000 Ks, the next one at 31,000. Just after that you've done 48,000 kilometers, and then the most recent service was done with us. That was only about 30 kilometers ago at 60,833 kilometers, and your next service isn't due till 75,000 kilometers. So you got over 14,000 Ks before that next service is due, which is always handy. I'll pop that hood for you now so you can have a look under there. Nice and tidy under the hood too. No strange noises or rattles, which is good. Everything's working well. As I've said, we've just had this car serviced with us very recently, so we've had a look over it and know everything's working well. I hope you enjoyed your video tour of the 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. We've got 2 more Eclipse Crosses if you're interested in either of those. Or if there's anything you want to see in more detail on this car, just please let me know and I'll come back out here with the camera and help answer any of your questions. Thank you. Bye for now.